Hey guys, YouTuber Avengers here. Alright, and now here I am continuing on with the Phase 3 MCU movies. And now here I am with the review for Avengers Infinity War. So, yeah, just like I did with my Spider-Man Homecoming review that I made, this really is not going to be like the in-depth review where I absolutely go through the premise because, yeah, just like I did with Spider-Man Homecoming, I already did a video giving my initial thoughts on the movie when I went to see it in the theater. So yeah, if you want to see that video will be down in the description if you really want to hear me go through the premise of this film and me giving my initial thoughts on the film. Yeah. So yeah, like I said in that video, this was definitely like a really great film. I mean, yeah, this was really just what like everyone has really been waiting for since the MCU really did begin. You know what I mean? Just like pretty much all the characters that have been introduced finally like coming together in one film and fighting together. And yeah, that is pretty much what we got in this film, with the exception of like a few characters that were not featured in this movie, like Hawkeye and Ant-Man, and just just like a couple of characters like that were not in this film. Yeah, and yeah, this just really was just like a really awesome movie, and I really did just love this movie when I went to see it in the theater, and even like rewatching it, I still love this movie. Like this movie is just so freaking awesome to watch. I mean, yeah, it is like a pretty like a dramatic film. Like there is like a lot of drama that goes on in this film, and like quite a lot of depressing moments in this film, which I will talk about in this video. But yeah, so yeah, in this film, like you pretty much like have like pretty much everyone like reprising their roles from the previous Marvel films. You still have Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Don Cheadle, uh, Tom Holland, Chadwick Boseman, Benedict Cumberbatch, Paul Bettany, Elizabeth Olsen, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Tom Hiddleston, Idris Elba, Benedict Wong, Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Batista, Karen Gillan, Palm Clementia, with Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Gwyneth Paltrow. So you pretty much just have like everyone that has been featured in, in previous Marvel films, all like reprising their roles for this film. Yeah, and this film just like totally just has a huge cast of characters with like all the characters with Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, for Black Widow, War Machine, Falcon, a Winter Soldier, aka a White Wolf, a Black Panther, Spider-Man, and a Doctor Strange, Heimdall, Loki, Wong, on Star-Lord, Gamora, or Drax, Rocket, Groot, Nebula, Mantis. Just like everybody just coming back here, and yeah, they all are just like they are really good in this film, and yeah, they all are like really enjoyable to watch in this film. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and of course, like Josh Brolin as Thanos, he's really good in this film too. I mean, yeah, and really just the way that they really did introduce Thanos, it really was just a great way to introduce him. I mean, yeah, we had like seen Thanos like very briefly in the past. Like they did have like the two mid credit scenes in the first two Avengers films with that featured Thanos, and including like in Age of Ultron where he actually did retrieve the Infinity Gauntlet and pretty much said that he was going to do what he did in this film. So yeah, and of course like we also like have heard in the two Guardians of the Galaxy movies that Gamora and Nebula were adopted by Thanos and they're like his daughters. So yeah, and of course like in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 we learned that uh, Nebula went off to find Thanos. So yeah, so we like heard of Thanos before, and there was like did see him prior to this film, but it really like wasn't very much. And here, like the way they just introduced Thanos, it was just so great. I mean, yeah, when they opened up the movie, of course, like it continued with pretty much like in that where that mid credit scene from Thor Ragnarok left off with the Thanos' ship ambushing Thor's ship with all the surviving Asgardians. Guardians, yeah, and yeah, they just really introduced Thanos so great. I mean, he took out the Hulk, like he just overpowered Hulk. I mean, it just really showed like how powerful Thanos really is. Yeah, and yeah, they just like showed how powerful Thanos could really be throughout the film. I mean, yeah, all the characters that he killed in this one, like killing Loki, killing Heimdall, killing Gamora, or killing a Vision, almost killing a Tony. So yeah, I mean, all the characters that Thanos like killed in this film, it just really showed how powerful he was, and just like him just overpowering all the characters like that. I mean, yeah, it just really did go to show like how much of a like to show like what the Avengers and Guardians really were dealing with in this film, and how dangerous Thanos really is. So yeah, they really did a good job really just displaying how powerful and dangerous Thanos is in this film. You know, and of course like this film just has a whole bunch of awesome action scenes in this film. Of course, like in the first New York fight where here the fight with Wong, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man and Bruce fight off mine Ob- Obsidian, and when they try to retrieve the time stone from Doctor Strange. So yeah, there's that, and of course, Spider-Man eventually did get involved into it as well. So yeah, and of course, like the fight where like the Guardians first like come across Thanos in this film, and when he kidnaps Gamora, and as well as like that fight between Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange against Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis. That's just really great. And when like the six of them team up to try to stop Thanos and try to take the Infinity Gauntlet off him, and of course like the Wakandan battle, that was freaking awesome to watch as well. Yeah, this film just has a whole bunch of really great action scenes throughout the film, and I just really, really loved it. Like there isn't really a dull moment in this film at all. It's very much like the original Avengers, where it's just yeah, there's just like no dull moments at all, and just so well paced and just great action scenes throughout. So yeah, yeah, and of course like it is like very dramatic. There are like quite a lot of depressing moments in this film. Of course, like the scene where Thanos ends up like sacrificing Gamora for the Soul Stone. Like I talked about that in my initial thoughts video. I just found that like extremely sad. And I personally think that's the saddest death in this film. I know a lot of people think that what happened with Spider-Man at the end was really sad, but I think that this was sadder. I think this is the saddest moment in the film, where Thanos like just killed Gamora, because yeah, you could just like see it in Thanos' face how much it really pained him to sacrifice Gamora. I mean, the tears coming down his face. Yeah, but yeah, he really was just really obsessed with or insistent on completing his goal, and he actually did sacrifice Gamora for that. And I just found that extremely sad, especially like with the music played during that scene. Yeah, and yeah, it was pretty cool that they also did like bring the Red Skull back to this film. Of course, like after like him just going through that portal in the first Captain America movie, it like hinted that he was never actually killed. But yeah, we had yet to see him back up to this point. But yeah, we finally got to see the Red Skull back. Not like it wasn't from Hugo Weaving. Like Hugo Weaving didn't reprise the role of the Red Skull in this film. In this film, like the Red Skull was played by Ross Marquand, so that kind of sucks that Hugo Weaving didn't come back. But it is what it is. I mean, it's not like a huge deal. Like Red Skull wasn't really like a huge character in this film. It was just like a very small role in this film. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, and yeah, just like really dramatic. Like there are times where like they want to stop Thanos so bad that they say that they had to be destroyed. Like of course with Gamora telling Star Lord that if they find Thanos and he tries to take her away to kill her, because of course like she knew the location of the Soul Stone and didn't want Thanos to find out. So yeah, she tried to have Star Lord kill her if that ever came in a situation. But of course like Thanos ended up like undoing it. Of course when Star Lord tried to shoot at Gamora, but Star Lord just like basically turned his gun into bubbles. Yeah, and the same thing with Scarlet Witch and Vision, like towards the end of the film, right before Thanos completes the gauntlet, where uh, Scarlet Witch just like attempts to destroy the Mind Stone, which would destroy Vision, so Thanos couldn't complete the gauntlet. But then, yeah, Thanos then just like turned back time with the Time Stone and reversed it so Vision could be brought back and he could take the stone. So yeah. So some dramatic moments there, and Thanos just like foiling everyone's plans to stop him. And so yeah. And of course, like there was also like the Stanley cameo in this film, where during the New York battle with Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Wong, and Bruce against Amon Obsidian. You know, when Peter gets the spider sense while he's pretty much on a school field trip. Yeah, it showed that Stan Lee is the bus driver, so yeah, that's Stanley's cameo in this film. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, there's like some characters in this film that actually do have some more motivation for actually be wanting to stop Thanos than others. Of course, like with Drax, Thanos actually did kill his wife and daughter, so he actually does have some motivation that would like make sense for him to really want to really kill and defeat Thanos. And the same thing with Thor, of course, when he like so- like ends up killing Loki, and he wants revenge on Thanos for that, as well as killing Heimdall. So yeah, there are some characters in here that actually like have some bigger motivations than others. Like most of the characters, like Iron Man and Captain America, Hulk, Black Panther, and stuff, they really don't have like any true motivation for wanting to stop Thanos. It's just they want to stop him to prevent him from completing the Infinity Gauntlet and wiping out half of the universe. But yeah, with the characters like Thor and Drax and characters like that, they actually do like have more motivation for their reasons for wanting to stop Thanos and just like wanting to stop him from completing the Infinity Gauntlet. So yeah, all right. And yeah, I've talked before about like when I made my initial thoughts video, I talked about how in the film how Bruce Banner can't become the Hulk in this film, just he's unable to become the Hulk for some reason, and I was kind of questioning why. But over but after like giving it like some more research, like looking more into it and hearing what people have really been saying about it over the pretty much for the past year, here, there have been like some theories as to why he can't do that. One theory is just a very simple one: is just that Hulk is afraid of Thanos, so he just refuses to come out trying to fight. Especially since Thanos really overpowered him and just laid him out at the beginning of this film. Another theory, this one is actually pretty interesting. There is actually a theory going around that this may not actually be the real Bruce Banner as Hulk. Well, in this film, yeah, apparently, there's a theory going around that this could actually be Loki. Because, now, of course, like this could be like similar to what happened in Thor: The Dark World, where Loki was supposedly killed, but then at the end it like revealed that he was masquerading as Odin. This could be like a possible what is possibly going on here. This could actually be Loki who's posing off as Bruce Banner. This may not actually be the real Bruce Banner, and just Loki just is unable to actually transform into the Hulk in the Hulk while he's posing as Bruce Banner. I mean, yeah, this could actually be a very possible thing. I mean, I do think it is quite possible that it could be Loki here and not the real Bruce Banner. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for Avengers Endgame to get any confirmation on that. But yeah, it's a very interesting theory here, and just like some interesting reasons as to why Bruce Banner cannot become the Hulk in this film. So yeah, it is possible because, and of course, like I've just gone to the store recently, like at Walmart the other day. I just like saw that there had like a Professor Hulk figure, so it seems that in Avengers Endgame we could actually get Professor Hulk, which would be interesting. So yeah, I am actually curious to see if we will get Professor Hulk in this film and what how Hulk will actually be coming back in Endgame. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. But yeah, those are just some theories going around as to why Bruce couldn't actually transform into the Hulk in this film. Yeah, and yeah, there were like quite a bit of like jaw-dropping moments in this film as well. Like when it looked like they were about to take the Infinity Gauntlet off of Thanos. But then, and of course, after hearing that he killed Gamora, Star-Lord just snapped in, just tried to attack Thanos, and that just ended up being ruined. So yeah, pretty much Thanos completing the Infinity Gauntlet means from wiping out half the universe. You can blame that on Star-Lord because he totally ruined it. It's his fault. Yeah. And then when he went toe to toe with Iron Man, and yeah, just like beat the hell out of him and just like tore the suit apart. I've heard some people saying that like when like there was this broken Iron Man suit there and Tony Stark wearing it, it kind of looked similar to like in the original Spider-Man movie, like in the fight with the Green Goblin when his suit just got like so ripped up and torn and everything. So yeah, I can actually kind of see the resemblance there. So yeah, yeah, and just like when he was about to, Thanos was about to kill Tony, like that was just like such a gut wrenching moment, and just like so jaw dropping, and just sent chills down your spine that it was about to happen. Yeah, 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 and then of course like with with a Thor teaming up with a Rocket and Groot in this film, yeah, I was talking about before, like in Thor Ragnarok, how I really didn't like how it just like really altered Thor's appearance with him destroy with his hammer being destroyed and his hair being cut and him losing an eye. Now, luckily, like those two of those problems, well, not problems, but two of those things were like handled in this film. They were like taken care of course, like Rocket gave Thor another eye, so yeah, Thor got an eye back, so he doesn't wear that patch anymore. So he has two eyes again. So yeah, at least that they gave him two eyes again. And of course, him getting the Stormbreaker in this film to replace the hammer. So yeah, I guess I don't have too much to complain about now, because at least he's got like a weapon and his eye back. So yeah, it's just the haircut now, and even then, it's not really a big deal. So yeah, and of course, yeah, Thor's Wakanda entrance in this film, it is just so freaking epic. It really is one of the best parts of this film. It just is so freaking awesome with the music and just bring me Thanos, and then yeah, him just flying up and smashing the ground with the Stormbreaker and just wiping out all of the forces. Yeah, that's just freaking awesome. Yeah, 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 and so yeah, and so yeah, I could really like go on and on about this. Like, I really don't have really like too much to really say about it that I really didn't say last year when I gave my initial thoughts on the film. But yeah, this film it just really is so great. So I don't think I really need to really go on about this too much. I really don't want to make this like a 30-minute video. So I guess I'll just finish it off by just like talking about a little bit about the ending and like in the post credit scene. So yeah, it is interesting with the ending how it just does have like all the well, like a lot of the characters disintegrated away, like uh, Winter Soldier, aka White Wolf, and Black Panther, and Falcon, and Groot, who a lot of the Wakanda forces is being disintegrated away, and Scarlet Witch, and Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. Yeah, I personally really would like to have seen Drax still kind of be a survivor after this, especially since like he is like pretty much the one that really does want vengeance on Thanos the most for what Thanos did to his family. It would make sense to still have him be around and like have him like be still hell bent on getting like destroying Thanos and wanting revenge for what he did. So yeah, I used to think that Drax should have been a survivor, but yeah. So yeah, and the survivors, like everyone knows, was of course Tony Stark and Nebula on on Titan, and it showed that Bruce, M'Baku, Okoye, War Machine, Rocket, Captain America, Black Widow, and Thor were left on Earth. Yeah, so yeah, they're the remaining Avengers left, and then of course, like in Endgame, they'll be joined up with like a Hawkeye, Ant Man, and Captain Marvel, and it'll be up to them to this. Yeah, they'll team up to stop Thanos and undo all of this. So it's gonna be interesting to see like what the rest of them are gonna do, since like it is similar. It kind of does remind me of the third X-Men movie, where like after like uh, Cyclops was gone, and Jean Grey was not with them, and yeah, all of them. and Professor Xavier really wasn't there to guide them. Yeah, how they were really shorthanded in the final fight. It kind of reminds me of this, how they're like really shorthanded, and there's just like a handful of them left, and they'll stop Thanos. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see in Endgame what they actually do plan to do. And yeah, and it was also interesting that like in the end credits, it was just like a straight up black screen, with the credits rolling. Like it wasn't like the usual Marvel formula where they like during the credits they like have just the screenshots it's related to the specific film. Yeah, it was actually just a plain black screen with the credits rolling. Yeah, and then the post credits scene. I talked about this when I made the video last year, giving my thoughts on it, where it showed Nick Fury and Maria Hill were disintegrated, and Nick Fury sent out a transit signal. And yeah, I said last year that I wasn't sure what it actually was, but now I do know. Yeah, it was the Captain Marvel symbol, and it was a signal to call out Captain Marvel. And yeah, like I just said, she will be in the in Endgame to team up with the remaining Avengers to stop Thanos. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see like what the the rest of them will plan to do. Like I said, so yeah. But like I said, it is definitely like a very great film. I really did love it. Watching it once again, like I did in theaters, I do give this one probably like a 3.75 stars on full once again. I would probably place this in the top three MCU films. And yeah, it is like really close with a lot of them, but I would probably put this in the top three MCU films. It is definitely like really great film. I would recommend, but I mean, yeah, let's face it, you've already watched it, and yeah, now we're just awaiting this Friday for Endgame to come out. So yeah, it's just really waiting with loads of anticipation to see what they do to continue on with the story and finish it off. So yeah, but yeah, so I guess that's all I can really say about it. Alright, so I guess that's also from my review of Avengers Infinity War. So I hope you guys did enjoy what I had to say in this review. Yeah, I really, like, yeah, I know this is like been a relatively shorter review, but yeah, I just really can't really say much else about this one that I didn't say about it before when I gave my initial thoughts on it last year when I saw it in the theater. So hopefully this review worked out for you guys. Alright, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.